the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Rebels will kick it away to start us off. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Green Wave offense takes the field, and they'll have the first possession of the game. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. This freshman makes the stop after a game. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny. You spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league, so a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
He'll throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Tulane with an opportunity on first and goal. The snap sets up to throw. Looking to get it in. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulane.
Well, this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10-15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense has the ball for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
So many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners.
Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on first down from the 28. They'll give it to him again. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Gives it on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got a man, it's Traore. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
The play action fake. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Takes a hit as he fires. That's caught. It's Sutton. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Coverage was all... And before he had a chance to breathe, and they knock him down deep in his own territory. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. To the air on first down. Got a man. It's Chump. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. At the 40, there he goes. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. They'll leave it with him. Makes it past the marker. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Looking downfield on first down. Throws for the tight end. Complete in the middle. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Fires to the middle. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. On target over the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. And the Rebels want to pick up the tempo.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of the...
Intercepted deep in his own end. Looking for more room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Might be calling a hot route. Throws to the wideout. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Zings it complete to the right. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Wants to throw on first down. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Backed up now. Here's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. The sure hands, it's Torgerson. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Torgerson. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. Tulane looking to put one on the board from the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it on the move. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. He makes the catch. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back.
Breaks into the open. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Some much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. If you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Pocket breaking down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. Makes the grab. It's Chung. Oh, he's got some space. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Makes the pass. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Looking to the big tight end. And they can't make the connection. Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on third down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Using the quick game. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Shoots it to the left. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Caught. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Got his man on the right. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Tulane didn't start this drive with very good field position, but now they've got a chance to operate. Just keeps slinging it. Firing to the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Taking it the other way.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Makes the grab on the left. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Rushes on him. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Leaves it with the back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And that last run leaves him with a 3rd down. Will they keep it on the ground? Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got the back in the middle. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Rebels will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Tulane right back to the line. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He's got an open man. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the 2nd quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
To the air on 1st down. Forced out of the pocket. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Throws for the tight end. Quick completion on the out route. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. Quarterback floating away from pressure. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback making adjustments. Going for it all. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. They're lined up and ready to kick off this 2nd half. And And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Snagged out of the air. There he goes. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Offense getting set for 1st down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking down the middle. Makes a connection. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. And he
takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Tulane to the line, facing 2nd and short. Right back to the well. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. A strike downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. Trying to get rid of it. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to throw again. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Green Wave. And that one will give him the lead. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Rebels are in the hurry-up.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Across the 45. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. A big 3rd down coming, and hotty toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. They want to throw it. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There has been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles, and a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that sack.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
It's complete on the right side. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Fires left. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the catch. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Rebels want to move quickly. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Back to pass on second down. This time it's complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. He'll send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. And the Rebels line up to punt it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
That's reeled in. It's Chum. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Offense changing the play. Second down, he'll throw it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Wide open downfield. Turning it on. The 10. Touchdown, Tulane. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. They have not been able to cover this guy all day.
Nah, I tell you what, this offense is featuring him. They're doing a really good job. This guy's explosive. He's dynamic. He's making big plays. And, heck yeah, I'm going to get him the football as many ways as I can. Kudos to the offense for finding the guy.
He'll bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Bulldozes his way through. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. He's got it on the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow...
Touchdown, Ole Miss! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Lost to fire on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Chum. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. Looks as if that'll be enough for a Tulane first down.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
Makes the catch. It's Torgerson.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Makes the grab. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Using his legs, it's Chung. Stuff on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Last 2 runs got a big fat nothing. Let's see if they try to go up top on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Green Wave! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
And we'll have a shakeup in the MAC standings this week. Check this out. Missouri came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact this wasn't ever really in question. One game, I know, fellas, but this could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in the MAC.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. And the Rebels will hustle to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd down. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And after failing to get that 4th down, it just feels like this game is over. They are going to need a miracle. They're going to need a quick 3 and out. They're going to need a turnover or something to have any shot at getting back in this game.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Green Wave lining up, facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. Got room to work. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep bleeding the clock. They've got the lead here late, now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Wave. They put another score on the board as they try to push
touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
First play of the drive comes from the 22. Wants to go up top on first down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Sutton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Looking to throw again. Throws to the back. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here.